Okay, it's time to finish. Doom of the Innocent, whatever. Eragon dragged Garrow out of the destroyed house and eased him to the ground. Dismayed, he touched his uncle gently. His skin was gray, lifeless, and dry, as if a fever had burned away off any sweat. His lip was split, and there was a long scrape on his cheekbone. But that was not the worst. Deep, ragged burns covered most of his body. They were chalky white and oozed clear liquid. A cloying, sickening smell hung over him, the odor of rotting fruit. Shouldn't it be rotting flesh? Why rotting fruit? Unless Garrow's a plant. So Eragon is like a quarter plant, and then yeah, doesn't make sense. His breath came in short jerks, each one sounding like a death rattle. Mur- Murderers, hissed Saphira. Don't say that. He can still be saved. We have to get him to Gertrude. I can't carry him to Carvajal, though. Saphira presented an image of Garrow hanging under her while she flew. Can you lift both of us? I must. Eragon dug through the rubble until he found a board and leather tongs. He had Saphira pierce a hole with a claw at each end of the board's corners. At each of the board's corners, then looped a piece of leather through each hole and tied them to her forelegs. After checking to make sure the knots were secure, he rolled Garrow onto the board and lashed him down. As he did, a scrap of black cloth fell from his uncle's hand. It matched the stranger's clothing. He angrily stuffed it into his pocket, mounted Saphira, and closed his eyes as his body settled into a steady throb of pain. Now! She leapt up, hind legs digging into the ground, her wings clawed at the air as she slowly climbed. Tendons strained and popped as she battled gravity. For a long, painful second, nothing happened, but then she lunged forward powerfully, and they rose higher. Once they were over the forest, Eragon told her, "Follow the road. It'll give you enough room if you have to land. I might be seen. It doesn't matter anymore." She argued no further as she veered to the road and headed for Carvajal. Garrow swung wildly underneath them. Only the slender leather cords kept him from falling. The extra weight slowed Saphira. Before long her head sagged, and there was a froth at her mouth. She struggled to continue, yet they were almost a league from Carvajal, when she locked her wings and sank towards the road. Her hind feet touched it with a shower of snow. Eragon tumbled off her, landing heavily on his side to avoid hurting his feet. He struggled to his feet and worked to untie the leather from Saphira's legs. Her thick panting filled the air. "Find a safe place to rest," he said. "I don't know how long I'll be gone, so you're going to have to take care of yourself for a while." "I will wait," she said. Okay, oh shoot, I thought it stopped recording for a second. Um, Okay, he gritted his teeth and began to drag Garrow down the road. The first few steps sent an explosion of agony through him. "I can't do this! I can't do this!" he howled at the sky. Then he took a few more steps, his mouth locked into a snarl. He stared at the ground beneath his feet as he forced himself to hold a steady pace. It was a fight against his unruly body, a fight he refused to lose. The minutes crawled by at an excruciating rate. Each yard he covered seemed many times that. With desperation he wondered if Carvajal still existed, or if the strangers had burnt it down too. After a while, through a haze of pain, he heard shouting and looked up. Broom was running towards him, eyes large, hair array, and one side of his head caked with dried blood. He waved his arms wildly before dropping his staff and grabbing Eragon's shoulder, saying something in a loud voice. Eragon blinked uncomprehendingly. Without warning, the ground rushed up to meet him. He tasted blood, then blacked out. That's the first time he blacked out so far, but in this book he's gonna black out so many times that his brain should be damaged. But, blacking out doesn't work like this. Getting knocked out doesn't work like this. Okay, goodbye.